IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing. Publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jobfather, Jobseeker Network Radio. Dana is going to be with us shortly, probably, and you guys get me today. How about that? So we want you guys to know that NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective. What I want you guys to know is Tiffany Carlin Hurd has been a huge blessing to us, because we have a radio show. And you know what? You guys can too. You might want to consider having a podcast or radio show right here. And we help you do all that sort of thing. So I want to invite anybody that has an interest in that to contact me, Foster.
Okay, while you do that, I'm going to keep working on it.
Me at foster.sbc.net. And glad to put you in contact with Tiffany Hurd and the team here at NTX Radio. You'll be surprised what you guys come up with. So let's see who is with us today. Sharon Luckett. No. Sharon Adams. Sharon got married. I got to quit calling Sharon Luckett. Hey, Sharon, love you. Jim Williams, my brother, is with us. Hey, Sardar. Good morning, everybody. Mez is with us. Mez is always with us because she is our lady behind the scenes that you guys don't see all the time, but sometimes you do see her because she joins in with us. And she is what we like to call our hype lady. So for many of you guys know that Flavor Flav is a hype man for Public Enemy. So that's where we got that from. So she's behind the scenes. She's pumping up everything for us. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to have a wonderful show because the return of Diana Alt we've got. Diana Alt is the no BS career coach. And that's what honestly, y'all, that's what I like about Diana is because she tells it just the way it is. And if you get your feelings hurt, she's not meaning to hurt your feelings. She's meaning to tell you the truth so you'll know what to deal with when it's your time to talk and do the things you do in a job search. So I am going to share a job with you guys before we get to Diana. And I am still looking for a controller, guys. A buddy of mine got a CEO job in California a long time ago. They were bought, whatever they were doing was fabulous because they were bought by a PE firm. And now the PE firm wants to 10X whatever it was that they were doing all over the United States. And my buddy Tommy was sent back to Dallas. He came from here anyway. And so we need to hire a controller. If you have experience with QuickBooks in the past, the company that was bought was used QuickBooks quite a bit, but it's time to upgrade to another platform now, a bigger platform, and there are plenty of them out there. So that's going to be part of what's going to be happening while this controller is there. The controller is going to report to my buddy Josh, who is the CFO. So guys, I can't tell you, this is one of those opportunities to grow. It's not a startup. No, but it is a growth situation that you guys will be a part of, and you can grow and go with it. So I have got nothing but good things to say about this opportunity. And since I am recruiting for this thing, hey, guys, contact me, foster.williams@sbcglobal.net. And you'll get me and we can talk about it. 214-728-6930. Good morning, Mary Beth Dunn. Hey, cool. And
Hey, Foster, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I can't see you. Where you at?
Yeah.
We just need to hear you. That's all.
Yeah,
we don't need to see you.
still working to get. Yeah, my having some problems with the camera.
That's okay.
So as soon as I can get my camera to work, I'll be on, but I'm able to participate vocally.
Guys, Dana is with us vocally. Dana is out in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, I'm not saying that Charlotte's technology doesn't work, but we don't have Dana's face right now, but we got Dana's voice. Good, Dana.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I'm working on my camera settings. I don't know quite what's wrong with it yet, but I'm troubleshooting.
We'll get it. As long as we can hear you, we're good. So Glenda Cheatham is with us. I want to introduce you to Glenda Cheatham for sure. Since you guys called me the Jobfather, I got to act like it. So I'm going to introduce you to Glenda Cheatham, Dana, because you need to meet Glenda. And
okay, that'd be great.
Glenda's involved in HR. She's HRIS. She's an IS person. So there are a lot of things. Actually, I want to bring Glenda on the show so she can be our job seeker, and she can tell people, hey, this is why you guys need to hire me. So Glenda, I love you, and thanks for joining us. And Dana, is there anything in particular? I don't want to skip you. You might not have a job of the week to share with us, and that's okay. But I just want to make sure that I don't skip over you when I start going 100 miles an hour.
No, I appreciate it. So thank you. I wanted to let you know that we do have open positions. I believe we have a payment poster too, and a billing specialist too, with our revenue cycle management team at Beacon Oral Specialists, looking for individuals that have healthcare focused revenue cycle, billing, AR, payment posting experience. So if so, go to beaconoralspecialists.com.
Yeah, we do that definitely. Oh, I see Jody Lance is with us. Hey, Jody. Good morning, Mez says. Good morning, Jody said. Oh my goodness, we're being all official and stuff this morning. So, guys, here's the dad joke of the day. So, you guys are going to have to grade me on my dad joke, if it's lame or if it's live. So, okay, so the adjective, guys, for metal is metallic. But you know what the adjective for iron is? Well, we
FE.
don't know. It's ironic.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, y'all know I'm a nerd, so I had to come up with something a little bit scientific
I like it.
and all that kind of stuff. So, and we got to get along. We got to get to Diana because I want to hear. Diana is up in Kansas City, guys, and she is a nationwide coach and a good one too. So I want to hear some of the things that Diana's got to say about the job search. Especially, I want to get to this talking about this green ring on LinkedIn that everybody likes to talk about. But before we get there, I want Diana to tell us, because she's got a podcast now, and I want her to tell us a little about what she's got going on the podcast.
Oh, wow. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad to be here. My podcast, which I just did episode 6 of this week, is an interview-based podcast, and it is called Work Should Feel Good. So we don't just talk about job search, although that'll be part of it. We talk about how your career growth and what stage you're at. So if you're trying to get promoted, if you are trying to find a new job, if you want to change your career, maybe even if you want to have a business or grow a business, that is what we are all about there. And it's been a fun time. I've had a really good time with it. Right now, it only is live streaming. So it live streams Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Central.
Oh, cool.
And I put it on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. It's just Diana Alt. I also have it on LinkedIn. So it'll be under the events tab on LinkedIn. I already have next week's up. And then I put it on my Facebook profile too. So that's what I got going on. So next week, I actually am talking to a friend of mine named Joey Sennert, who is a marketing automation guru. And he is going to talk about how targeting his niche for his own career actually finally got him out of a weird cycle of feeling like he was floundering, and got higher pay, better jobs, more clarity, all of that kind of stuff over the last couple of years. So I really am excited to talk to him, since so many people don't believe us when we say you need to target what your job search is going to be instead of saying, I'll take anything. But yeah, that's my scoop. Yeah.
This thing's changing, and we gotta, guys, we gotta make common sense of this thing. And I'm gonna shut up and let Diana talk more. But you know what? You guys know that I'm all about keeping the human element in this job search. Because you know what? If you work for Diana's company, Diana's gonna be the one to hire you. You better know something about Diana. You better connect with Diana. If you don't, she's not gonna hire you. Oh my gosh, we got so much technology.
Thank you
flying
so
around
much
these
for
days.
saying it. Thank you so much for saying the quiet part out loud. Can you guys hear me?
That's the voice of Mez.
Yes.
Hey,
Diana,
Mez.
thank you for saying the quiet part out loud.
I love saying the quiet part out
Oh
loud.
my God.
It's very...
We need truth and transparency. And we are so happy to have you on this show. You have no idea.
I love coming on this. So, and poor bastard, I
last time.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, welcome back, Diana.
It's not the first. It won't be the last. We played a little phone tag to get today in order, but I'm really glad to talk about it. And Mez, or I don't know who's in charge of putting the little signs up on the live stream, but Mez, I think it's you, and you got my newest little mini training. It's like the length of a TED Talk, just a video called Top Job Search Mistakes. And so I go through and talk about some of the biggest ones people are making, a little bit of tips on how you could do it better. but you can just go to jobsearchmistakes.com and download that or get access to that, watch it, see if it helps you out. Let me know if you have questions. It's a good one. And
Diana,
not targeting is one of the big mistakes.
yeah.
So
If we go to your if we go to your LinkedIn profile, can we get to all the information about your stuff?
I mean, I have some stuff sprinkled around everywhere, but you can get most of it. And if nothing else, you can DM me. If you have a question
Oh yeah,
and the
yeah.
answer is that mini training, then I'm just going to give it to you. So feel
I want you
free
guys to
to
talk to.
message
If you
me.
get a chance to talk to Diana, that's why I bring her on the show, y'all. Y'all need to talk to Diana for real, especially you folks that have been in job search for a little bit longer than where you really expected it to be. And I think I'm probably talking about 95% of the
Yeah.
people.
Everybody thinks it's going to take 60 days to get a new
Uh-huh.
job. And
Uh-huh.
it does not take 60 days.
Okay,
So,
so let's talk, Diana. Let's talk about that little green ring, that little thing we were talking about a while ago.
What about it?
What do you
They
want to
got a
know
green
about
ring.
it? Do you agree with it? There's different people, there different opinions on it. I like when there's different opinions because we all get a chance to tell
Yeah.
how we think. But I want to know what Diana thinks about the green
There are
ring.
not very many absolutes in job search, and there really is
No,
no
none.
absolute. There's no absolute around the open to work banner. So, what I encourage everybody to think about with that is number one, view it as well as many other pieces of advice you might get about your LinkedIn or your resume or anything as an opportunity to do some experimentation. So if you're wondering about the LinkedIn, the green banner, you haven't had it turned on, but you're out of work and you really want help finding a job, just turn it on for a week or two and see how it feels, see what happens. I know a lot of recruiters look for it, and there are actually two settings. So there's kind of like three states that the open to work can be in. One is just off. Nobody can see it. Nobody can know. You are kind of stealth looking for a job as far as LinkedIn is concerned. Then there's a setting where you make it available to everybody. And that actually turns the banner on your profile picture, the green circle that says open to work. If you say anybody can see it, that's what happens. There's also a happy medium setting, though. And this is really good for people that maybe are employed, but they're worried and they don't want to be totally public with it. You can turn it on only for recruiters.
Oh.
And when you use that, then you don't get the green banner that the whole world can see, but there's a little flag on the back end. And any recruiter that actually uses the LinkedIn recruiting application or like functionality of the platform, they would be able to know that you marked yourself as open to work. So, and they have all their millions of filters and things that they can search for people on the back end and see special things about profiles on the back end. And so they will see that. So from my perspective, give it a whirl. If you are at a company and you want recruiters to know you're open to work, but you're scared of the whole world, then use the recruiter only version of it. And the only people that I ask a lot of questions about whether they should turn it on to begin with are people that are like maybe senior director, VP and above, because many of those job searches are mostly done via networking. And there's just a different perception if a senior vice president of marketing has that turned on as compared to, you know, an IT project manager that's pretty senior, but still an individual contributor, not trying to run the whole world. So that's my guidance. So give it a whirl.
Yeah, and you know what, guys? Some of you guys want, if you are in this situation, if you are looking and you don't want, you still got a job and you want to look and you want folks to know, you want to seriously think about whether you want to put that green ring on there or not. If you don't want your company to find out that you're looking or something like that, then you probably are best safe and leave it alone.
Yeah.
But then you've got some people that know they're going to have a layoff coming. Company's been bought.
Yeah.
Something new's coming in, and the company knows, hey, Foster, you're going to get laid off in your last day. We may or may not know your last day, but it's coming, Foster. We're going to come get you. And it's okay if Foster goes out and put the green ring on his little thing, because the company knows that he's looking for a job. The company actually, a lot of times, HR will help you plug you in with people, help you find a job, because they know they got to cut your neck.
Yeah. And one thing to know, that brings up an interesting point, Foster, because some people have, so when you use the only the recruiters can see it setting, they can't guarantee it, because you never know if it's a contractor doing recruiting or something like that, but they try to block recruiters from your own company from seeing that.
Ooh,
so if Dana, if you work at Acme and Dana is the talent leader at Acme and you turn that on, Dana should not see that you're open to work. If LinkedIn's they try. It says it all over the place. Like, we can't guarantee this, but we do our best to try to suppress that. So that is something I didn't know till recently, but it's made some of my clients have a little bit more courage to try turning on that recruiter only view.
That's awesome. This is great info too, Diana, because the updates in LinkedIn and all social media platforms, honestly, Foster, you can attest.
There's so many.
There's so many updates and things. And I love Jim. Jim, you are awesome. Thank you for being with us. And says, would you put a sign in your yard? When I was laid off in 2019, I was seriously considering putting a billboard out. Like I was. I'm like, how much? 2,000? I could do that.
So can I throw out what that sign should look like?
Absolutely.
Because the email that got Foster saying, "Hey, it's time for you to come back," was one. Foster's on my email list, which is a pretty good read. I have some fun with things on my email list that goes out every week. But I sent out this email list that had do's and don'ts for people who want to announce in a LinkedIn post that they are looking for work without looking weird or desperate or any of those things that you don't want to do. And so I'm going to give you some tips on this. And if you are a person that doesn't want to make that post because you don't want to put the green banner on, you don't want the whole world to know, this principle also works if you want to send an email to people in your network, letting them know that you're on the market. Okay. So
super cool. Come on, let's do it. Get the tea. Let's get that hot tea going.
So the tea is this. There's a few mistakes people make. So on their LinkedIn. And I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple other things on LinkedIn too while we're here. So number one, don't make your headline say seeking new opportunities.
Oh yeah. Don't do
that. That is a no-no. In fact, one of the main reasons that LinkedIn made the green banner is so that people would have another way to make it crystal clear, obvious that they were looking for a job. So instead, you would put a LinkedIn headline that says something about who you are and what you do and what skills you have. Another thing is if you work at if you work for a company that has weird job titles. So I worked at a company one time. I had a job title that was solution designer. No one knew what that was outside that company. That was an IT business analyst.
That covers a lot of ground. Oh my goodness.
So put on your LinkedIn and on your resume what the rest of the market would understand. So, and if you're scared to do that because you're like, well, is that telling the truth? Then you could always use a slash. So I could say either just IT business analyst, or I could say IT business analyst / solution designer, which is what my internal.
I will put my profile, my LinkedIn profile, because I do that. Cool. Yeah, because the LinkedIn profile, just for everybody's knowledge, is not your exact master resume.
No, it should not be.
Right. So everybody,
LinkedIn is a social media tool.
Correct. So like you said, the titles are obscure, but they relate to different titles. So I will put my mine as an example if you guys want to check that.
The tea is boiling. I like this.
I love it. I love Jody. Yes.
Okay, so now here's the boiling, piping hot tea.
Oh,
Ooh.
piping
So
hot. Yeah, come
this
on now.
is good. Okay, so the other thing that people are doing is they're making posts about looking for a job that absolutely detract from their awesomeness, and you don't want to do that. And these are the posts, like I really feel for the people because these are the posts that they might sound angry because they just got laid off. And they're like, I worked at so-and-so for 15 years and worked all this overtime and they just laid me off and blah, jerks, like whatever, please give me a job. Or they might just say, I'm a job title with X years of experience and not give any other information. When I read the first post, I'm like, you sound kind of like a jerk. Like, do I even want you on my team? Because you're just being so negative. Like, even though the situation is bad, you're on a platform that has 1 billion users being incredibly negative. So that's not a great look, especially for people that haven't posted anything else on LinkedIn in 10 years. The second thing that people do is they just say, well, I'm a job title plus years of experience. And those things can be helpful to know. But y'all, that is not the whole name of the game. And so what you want to do instead is you want to be open. You want to let people know as much information as you want to let them know, but you want to let them know where you're going in your career, but most importantly, what you bring to the table. So I'm going to unpack a little bit of, I have my old this email up from a few weeks ago from my client, Eric.
While you're looking that up real quick, Diana, just to interrupt you for one second, would it be useful to put I'm willing to relocate?
Totally.
And where would you put that on your LinkedIn profile?
I think that you could put that, like, there's a couple ways people do that. One is they could put it like in their headline. So you could say, I'm a SaaS fintech, IT project manager, SAFE certified, willing to relocate to California or New York. You could put that in your headline.
Oh, yeah.
If you know exactly where you want to go, then you can just you could literally change your city on LinkedIn to where you're going. But what you want to do in that post where you tell the world, tell all your network that you are ready to roll is number one, can say the job search continues. It's not your fault. You're not bad for needing a job.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is, be a little bit personal. So my client said, I'll be honest, this is the hardest I've ever had to work to find a job. They're tough in certain times. And then he says something good. But the magic of networking is helping bring interviews. So, I want to tell you more about it. And then he says what he's been doing and what he wants. For 5 years, he'd been owning his own consulting firm. Now he wants to go back in-house doing X and Y. I want to be a manager of an L&D team. And then this is the real good one. What I bring to the table, deep expertise in 2 or 3 things. So you could say the technology that you code in. You could say, I facilitate management training. You could say whatever it is that you want to do most and that you're the best at, and then say open to opportunities, and then a little bit about that. So he said open to opportunities in Seattle and remote. Let's grab coffee and talk about how I could help your organization. He put that up, got a ton of different comments and reactions, and has had interviews because of that post. But if you just say, I'm an L&D guy for 20 years, and I'm mad because I got laid off, or because there's not very much consulting work, you're not going to get all those stuff. So that's the scoop.
Good.
There's the piping hot tea.
Hey,
Yeah,
Diana,
I've got.
well, I don't have piping hot tea. I just got a question. I want your opinion on this. So, what do you think about people that have LinkedIn profiles with no picture?
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Put a
I
picture up.
agree.
You are 21 times more likely to get clicked on.
Yep.
LinkedIn has studied that. 21 times more likely to get your face clicked on.
Agreed. It's almost a deterrent.
It's not even an opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at it as a sign of a fake profile. If there's
that's a
hardly
good
any
point.
information in it and no picture, people are very likely to think that you're not real.
Diana she talks a lot, and last time we talked about do's and don'ts. She has a number of do's and don'ts that I like, and one of them, that's what brought that up. I love getting your opinion about things.
Yeah. So I say there's no absolutes, but I'm as close to an absolute as you can get. Have
Yeah.
a picture on your LinkedIn profile.
We've been doing this. We've been around job search for a long time now. I'm not saying that somebody died and made us king or queen of anything, but we have had years and years of observation. And I have led global talent acquisition teams. So some things that work here don't work overseas. There's the music. We'll be right back with Ray, and we'll see you guys after commercial.
If you are trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark. Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
All right, we're back. Guess who? Look at my face. Me, Foster, the Jobfather. So, guys, we are blessed to have Diana Alt with us. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties today, so we are going to continue our conversation,
Right on.
Diana, because there's a lot of things, and I want to pick on you. One of your top "don't do this" kind of things I want to pick out of your brain.
Oh boy.
So before we do that, guys, you know what? Mez straightened me up at the commercial break, so we did not open in prayer. So I'm gonna do it right now. Father God, we're all looking for a job. It's not like you don't know, but we do need your help to connect with the right people and the right companies and understand that you're opening the door and we'll walk through it. So we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. All right.
Amen.
All right. Thanks, Mez. Honestly, I mean, I need
I
somebody.
love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Mez and I both are ADD, so that's scary.
ADHD over here. Hello.
Yeah, she's HD. I'm just D. So, y'all, I'm not asking for your. I'm not asking anybody to tell me what y'all think. I didn't ask you that.
Nope.
It's okay, Diana. What is
Yes.
another thing? What's another either a do or don't, whichever direction you want to go.
Ooh, okay. So, but before I do that, Mez just posted a link that's 10 miles long. in the comments. That is
did.
the exact post I was unpacking. That is like the perfect how you show that you're available. So if you're looking
there's
for a
Ray.
job, click
Ray,
on that link.
can you
That's
hear
my
us?
yeah. Oh, he's back. Never mind. I'll shut up.
Now, can we hear him? Say something, Ray.
Oh, hey,
Test,
Ray.
test. Good
All
morning,
right.
everyone.
All
Testing,
right.
testing. 1, 2,
All
3.
right.
Welcome to
All right.
American
There
Air.
we go.
Hold on to that, Diana. We'll cover it. We'll cover that on another show at a very. But guys, I want to tell y'all about Ray. You companies are here to hear about Ray. I hope you have gone to Ray Gilliam. His name is Roland. We call him Ray. Now, I hope you've gone to his LinkedIn profile. He's a Scrum Master. He's a project manager, guys. He is going to tell you guys all about what he's looking for, and he's been doing it long enough that there's a lot of different applications that come with Ray. I know Ray personally. I've known him for a while. I'm here to tell you, you don't get on this show unless you got something to offer that's strong. And so Ray, so what are you looking for? Do you have target industries or target company? Tell us about you.
Well, I appreciate the chance to be on your show, Foster. This is quite an honor, so thank you. And I also want to say thank you to the team putting this together. I've been watching for quite a while, and there's a lot of work that I know you guys do. And so thank you for being here and supporting the community like you do.
Yes, shout out to Tiffany in
you.
the background
Shout out to
of
Tiff,
NTX. We couldn't be here. Thank you, Ray, for saying that. I do appreciate that.
Yeah, not a problem. So a little bit about me. Like Foster said, I'm an IT project manager, certified Scrum Master, and product owner. I have experience in multiple industries, so I consider myself industry agnostic. I have a multitude of different project experience, from application development to infrastructure to cloud migrations, all kinds of different things. I bring value to your company through earning your stakeholders' trust and delivering projects on time and on budget. And I'm more than happy to just sit down and discuss with you how I can provide value to your company any point in time. See, what questions do you have for me today?
You know, Ray, I got a question. So, with your broad brush of things that you've done in project management, do you have an area that you really like better? Do you like software development? Do you like infrastructure? Of all the stuff that you've done, what do you like? Yeah, I mean, the Scrum part's part of everything, but
True.
What do you like?
I
Passion is important.
True. I would say right now I'm dabbling more in cloud, so in learning more in that area. Now, when I was at Southwest, we were working on a cloud migration project that was very exciting and was going to prove to be quite a large project. And so I was really enjoying that. Beyond that, infrastructure seems to be another area that I definitely enjoy. Application development is, I would say, third in that area. But again, it's because I've done so much application development before that.
So you know that horse, like you know this beast kind of thing.
Correct. But at the same point, if the offer comes through and it's exciting, I will be more than happy to jump into something like that. But like I said, cloud right now is something that I'm focused on. Also, I found out recently that AWS is now offering an AI practitioner certification.
Oh,
and
Everyone should do that.
Absolutely,
everyone.
yes, do it. It's free. It's you're stupid. Sorry if I do not use that word lightly. You are stupid if you don't just take 50 minutes a day to get that certification.
Can I tell you something wild, guys?
Please do.
I work with tons of people that are in tech. Like, that's my sector. I'm loving right now that Ray and I are on here the same day, because I was a Scrum Master and a product manager and a Scrum person, like, forever.
Cool.
People are using it, like they're learning it and working their chat GPT and all the things. 80+% of the resumes that I see from people in tech do not talk about AI as used in productivity. Like if it's a developer that's programming AI tools, they'll talk about that, of course. Like that's their bread and butter. But people are not talking about that. And when especially when if you're a 40-plus-year-old product manager that is not talking about your willingness and competence in AI, then your ageism thing is going to hit you even harder than it would have before.
Glory be to God, amen.
Calm down, Mez. I gotta keep my hands
Mez
on
and I are like best friends, but we don't talk very often. So yeah, absolutely. Talk about that on your resume, Ray.
Stick some of that in there if it's not already in your profile or something like that. Stick some of that. I agree, because that's where we're going now. We're trying to be careful about it, and people like Diana and I are telling people to proofread, make sure what you're using AI for is being accurate. But guys, we all know what's about to happen. My dad used to tell the church, water takes the path of least resistance, and so do people. We've been doing it long before water, probably. So, guys, you want to be careful about what AI is producing for you. You want to make sure you're saying the right thing. But, guys, that AI, I strongly suggest, especially since Mez said it was free. Of course, Mez is going to make sure that I get all this stuff. And I think it's important. So go, Ray. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. And keep in mind, it is the foundation level. So that's the base level of the AWS, but it does give you a really good overview. And it's something that I highly suggest. And let's face it, I have been using, thanks to South Lake Focus Group, we recently covered how AI can help you in your job search. And that has been just a real asset in the way of, for example, taking the job description and taking your, loading your resume into the, taking both your resume and the job description, loading that into the chat GPT and asking for a gap analysis. That really covers a lot. Now, you have to take it, like you said, with a grain of salt, but it allows you to quickly identify things that you do not cover in your resume that they are stressing within the job description. So, there's just all kinds of applications that you can use chat GPT for or AI for in your job search. And I strongly recommend that.
Yeah. I use it to write them. I use it to write them. So
absolutely.
You have to be careful with that. Because you have to say professional. And you have to watch the language, because I tried doing a thank you letter at one point, and the language was so over the top. It was like, no, there's
I love you. I will adopt your family.
Pretty much. I mean, it was just shy of that, and I was just like, no, we need to dial it back just a little bit. You have to learn how to prompt it, but it's definitely an asset, a tool, and I strongly recommend playing with it, learning how to use it. And then, like I said earlier, we were talking about getting your certification in that, because it just sets you out. There's also an Azure one that I found out about. I have not dug into that yet, but it is available.
Microsoft based. So everybody that doesn't know the tech stuff, so Azure is kind of like the Microsoft home base. Versus the AWS cloud. And I know we're talking a foreign language to everybody else that doesn't know tech, but just for everybody clarification. Plus, Ray, do you realize that, I don't know, where are you based out of? Before we go any further, where are you based out of? Where are you?
He may not have been able to hear you. I don't know.
Oh, no. Okay.
I just lost everybody.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I thought so. Yeah.
Oh, but anyways, while Ray gets on, I'm going to let everybody else that's looking for tech stuff. There are billions of dollars coming into the United States, especially in Texas. We are building multi-billion-dollar AI units. So if you're in the energy industry, if you're in the AI industry, if you're in the operations, Diana, you can interrupt me anytime you want. But
I'm getting there.
Go for it, Diana. Just shut me up. Shut me up.
There's a couple things that come to mind for me related to your work, Ray. And one of them is I've noticed on your LinkedIn, I've already been creeping on your LinkedIn profile ever since I found you in the
you're
private
such a
chat 10
creep,
minutes
redhead
before.
creep.
But you could really,
I seem
really
to be having some audio
differentiate.
problems here, guys.
Ray could, hopefully I'll watch this later. Ray could really differentiate himself as a cloud and infrastructure good project manager by talking specifically about the unique risks associated with infrastructure and cloud projects. Because there's a lot of people that are like, I'm an infrastructure project manager, and they can play with the task chart or their Trello boards or whatever, but they don't truly understand what are the different security risks that could impact a cloud project. So I encourage all project managers to think about their unique contributions in risk management and stakeholder management for their projects, because they're not talked about enough. So
No, you're right. They're not.
And you will be asked appropriate questions like that in your interviews, guys. Because whatever is important to those companies, not all of them have the same importance, if that's a word. But they will approach you about what it is important in their environment.
Yeah. As far as like AI is, I don't like certification. A lot of certifications I think are just fluff. They don't really
I agree. I totally agree. Yes.
But for people that are trying to
pay good money for that.
I've had to.
That's one of the problems. Yeah.
I have too, but you got to understand.
Apologies for having all
the
the audio issues today, folks. So if you've asked me something, just repeat it and I'll try to answer.
Go ahead, Dan.
Ray, make sure and watch the show later so you can get the part that you missed.
I sure will. Yeah, I'm gonna. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna post this everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead, Diana.
So, real quick, what I said offline, Ray, is your experience in infrastructure and cloud has dramatically different risks and stakeholder concerns than an application development project. And so if you talk, or did you lose us on audio again, Ray? Make sure that you talk about your expertise with risks in your favorite areas. So
we can talk smack about, right? No, it's okay. We can talk smack about him.
We're not going to talk smack about him. We're going to talk smack about the internet.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. There we are.
There we go. Just talking to Mac.
One more time, Diana, and if you
do
Ray, Ray, make sure your resume.
That's weird. I'm not able to hear her. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh God, that's okay, Ray.
We'll deal with it later.
I can hear Maz and I can hear Foster, but not every. But not
oh,
her.
Really? That's a
yes, ma'am.
Now that's different.
So, right. She's telling you right now, Diana. You can translate for me. So data application, you need to make sure that the cloud interface is a different certification style and skill set than a data application. So you make sure you differentiate yourself in your resume and in your LinkedIn profile. So you, target the job you want. Dana, am I saying that correctly?
Kind of. Yes.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Right now, a lot of people are concerned about, does my resume and my interview skills show that I'm qualified? But really, everybody's qualified. When even before the recruiter picks up the phone, there's about a 95% chance that you're qualified.
Right. They have your
you want to become
resume, right.
You want to become must-have.
Must-have.
So when you look at when you kind of look around the nooks and crannies at things that you might really have deeper experience in and highlight those, you go from being viewed as just another qualified person to being viewed more like a must-have. So for Ray, talking about what are the unique risks of cloud that he understands in an interview, or writing a LinkedIn post, or going to a meetup, or having a coffee with a VP of cloud, that kind of stuff. Talking about that instead of just saying, I'm a 20 years of experience project manager and I've worked on infrastructure or I've worked on cloud, it changes the conversation.
Okay, so let me translate that right. So basically she is saying that you need to identify the risks of transferring to AWS cloud data interface, and you need to highlight that. So whenever you sit down with a VP or recruiter or a headhunter, whatever you want to call it, you can actually get yourself out of the crowd, because a lot of people are qualified. The piece of paper is lovely, but you can actually put your value, and I know these risks. I know what it takes to go from one point to the other. Does that make sense? Diana, did I say
Yes,
that right?
definitely.
Yes, you sure
Okay.
do. And
I'm trying to translate, guys. I'm sorry.
You're a
Ray,
biochemical engineer. What do you know?
Yeah, you're doing great, Maz.
Oh, good. There's Dana with us.
Yeah, I've been in the background. I didn't want to interrupt. I
Oh,
just
Dana,
can't
no,
get my
go.
cameras
This
to
is your
work.
show. Go.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But
no,
that's
no.
a
I'm
good.
excited. I'm actually learning a lot from Diana as well. But Diana, so what are your biggest takeaways when we're talking about, our guest and the value, the last part of what we just discussed that Mez brought up, incredibly important information.
so a couple things. So number one, like Ray talked for like 90 seconds before he got to his secret sauce. Lead with it. So, because I know you work in all the groups, like what is that unique secret sauce statement? What is my value proposition? Lead with it. Whenever you're talking to people, because sometimes you only have 10 seconds to get their attention.
That's true.
And
Especially in
then
an elevator.
and then the other thing is, I think that is really good that Ray did, is he had a ranking in his mind. I like cloud best. I like infrastructure second best. App development is third best. There's plenty of cloud and infrastructure out there. He might not even need to talk to anybody about app, but if he's got like a version of his resume hanging out that has app and there's a brand that he loves or something like that doesn't say don't go for it, but being clear, I like cloud best, I like infrastructure second best, I like app development third best, is important, instead of just saying, I love managing every project, I don't really care. So that's kind of one of my takeaways.
Actually, that's really good advice. Honestly, it's better to show that you have preferences. It's better. It's like, I'm happy. You could definitely, Diana, is it okay to say I am flexible and I might be agnostic to different industries, but if I think that's
preferences, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. And like, I'm going to get on the horn. I'm just going to see if I can give Ray a call and like kind of tell him some of this. So it's not so much secret decoder ring, although the audience hopefully is getting something out of this. But
yeah, that's important.
I think it is fine to say things like that, but I'll take anything is kind of the vibe we want to avoid. Yeah, because nobody in the history of the universe has ever written a job description that said anything at the top, ever.
Yeah.
They don't write that. So if you can say things like, I'm not particular about what industry, what I do really well is help companies go through their cloud transformation, and I'm good at A, B, and C, and I really understand the risks of the cloud transformation, like X and Y, whenever they're talking to people, like that makes it clear. That's saying I'm flexible on this part as long as I get to do what I'm really great at.
Ray, what she's saying, and I know you may not be able to hear her, what she's saying is that you need to be specific when you're coming out. You have done a good job of listing your preferreds, your wannabe kind of thing. You know, cloud was top. I think infrastructure was second, and then application. So if you lead with that, then they won't put you in a category that you're not, and they will understand that, okay, Ray is applying to us because of this, because of his involvement in this. I saw on your job description that you have a need in this area. It might be risk of changing platforms or whatever it is. You want to let them know that I've been in this platform and I know this, and you're kind of starting off with what they're looking for. Basically, is what it is. Instead of saying I'm a project manager and I covered it all. No, that sounds really, and we're not saying that you're doing that, Ray, but it's important to be very specific. In IT, we know that we're rifle focused anyway. So
Mhm.
if we
Yeah.
start with what they're looking for, hey, that's what they're looking for. That's what they want to talk about. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Hey, that's where Ray goes.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's going to definitely be some good points that I'll talk with her about, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys, I definitely, I want everybody in the world to talk to Diana. But Diana, I saw her invite you to DM her, and you guys
Yes.
need to have a conversation. It'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Well,
sure. Yeah.
and
Thank you.
just to, I want to say something. I've been in talent acquisition just like Foster's a little bit longer than me, but we've been in
Hey,
it for
hey,
20 to 30 plus years. And it doesn't matter
Spring
how long I've
chickens.
been in this, I learn new things every day. And just
Every time we
today, I
talk.
learned some different things from Diana, from
Mhm.
how I typically see things. And so this is really good feedback. Just know that nobody's picking on you because you're amazing. And Foster is so careful about who he brings on the show. And we're excited
Oh,
and we
yeah.
believe in you. We know that you're a good asset to any organization. But wow, I'm learning new things. Like this is great information
I'm glad.
for everyone.
I think
There's
yeah.
never any bad feedback, and I'm open to the first thing that I will always say is that even though I may be one of the smartest guys in the room, I definitely have things to learn, and I'm always open to feedback. You have
Yeah.
to be, because if you're
I
not,
Agreed.
Very
Dana,
important.
I
you
want to
know,
jump. I
you
want to
you
jump
just
in
close
about.
yourself off. Just like any project that I'm on, that I'm a project manager, I have my subject matter experts, and I go to them because they are the ones who know and understand the backgrounds and the technologies. I lean on them, and I require them to come in and speak up. And if I'm out of line, if I'm saying something wrong, they need to say, hey, that's not right. Okay, correct me. I appreciate that, because the project needs to be successful. And if I'm leading us down a rabbit hole, then I
Right.
need to be corrected. So, but, again,
That's
always.
awesome that you say that. A lot of people don't want to hear nothing.
Well, that's a real leader. That's a real leader that's
That's a
willing to
leader.
take.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Agree.
this is why you are so amazing. One of the
Thank you.
compliments I've received is that and I just want to relate to say that
Mhm.
when you can receive feedback, you're an individual that has an elevated or a more mature level
Yes.
of emotional maturity. And those are the people
Yes.
you want to be leaders in your organization, because true leaders aren't insecure. They're willing to receive feedback, even if someone else doesn't necessarily know how to deliver it. Let's say you're working in an organization and you have a leader that's really doesn't have the best communication or delivery skills. Being a leader means knowing how to receive it and handle it and be the more emotionally mature person, understanding their downfalls, right?
Agreed. Yeah, totally agree with that. And it's, I've managed people before, and it's something that you have to approach differently for everyone. But at the same point, you have to learn how to give feedback, but you also have to
Mhm.
learn to accept feedback and
Ooh, good
take
point.
it in, pros
Mhm.
and cons.
Yeah.
And that's always important. And it's something that I definitely welcome. So,
So,
but
Ray,
this,
we are
go on.
wrapping up about a
Sure.
couple minutes, so I want you to have your moment in the spotlight, if you
Okay.
will. So, any closing points, contact information, any target companies, anything we need to hear from you specifically so we can help you, because that's what this network is about.
Sure, and thank you. I do appreciate that. Right now, from a target company, Raytheon, and there's a company
yeah.
out of Irving called Milton
Yes.
LLC.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
they're in the HVAC industry,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm learning about them and have an opportunity that I'm working there. And again, I just want to say thank you very much for this opportunity to come in and talk. And sorry for the technical difficulties, but we work with them as we can, because that's what IT is. But beyond that, I am on LinkedIn. Thank you for posting my link there. Feel free to reach out to me. There's all my contact info. I'm probably too open, but thank you again, guys. You'll have a
Oh, you
great
guys, amazing show.
Thanks,
Have a
Ray.
blessed weekend, everyone. Love
Yes,
you.
thanks,
We'll see you
everyone.
Friday.
Next Friday.
Come back.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right.